The superhero LRs have finally returned, but are they worth 500 red coins? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the coins available on Global and JP's coin shop for this year's Golden Week campaign. Here we have the return of the superhero units from January, units that we weren't really sure when they were going to return, and we're glad that it is sooner rather than later. But it does beg the question, should you buy them with their coins? My first answer is yes, absolutely you should. But there are a couple of considerations to be had. So first off, let's take a look at Piccolo and Gohan themselves, right? Once fully awakened, these guys are actually insane, right? Piccolo leads Superhero and Battle of Wits. He also leads Bond of Master and Disciple for Movie Heroes and for a 200% lead. This is a pretty powerful leader skill, and it also covers, obviously, the new Piccolo, right? And Gohan as well, covering Bond of Parent and Child and Superheroes Hybrid Saiyans. He is also covered by the new Goku, right? So he's on the new Goku's team. This Piccolo is on the new Piccolo's team, right? So if you were to pick them up, you definitely have a place to run them if you happen to have picked up the new units. But otherwise, right, they are great. Piccolo is greatly raising defense and raising attack for one turn, stunning the enemy on his 12 key, then greatly raising attack and defense for one turn, and lowering attack and defense on his 18 key. The thing that makes Piccolo so effective is that he has guard and 100% attack and defense for 3 turns. As long as you have another Bond of Master and Disciple category ally on the team, which is pretty easy to do as long as you're running another Piccolo. But on top of that, he is reducing damage by 20% and then getting an extra 30 when you fall below 30% HP after receiving 7 or more attacks. On top of all of that, he's also getting an additional attack and defense up to 150% with every single attack that he takes, which means by the end, fully built up, having dropped below the 30% and gaining that extra 30%, the guy becomes an incredible tank. He is arguably one of, if not the best unit in the game, only made better by the release of this new Int Piccolo on the banners here, right? So and now the Fizz Easy A Piccolo as well. So he's arguably one of the best LRs in the game. Combine that with Gohan on the opposite end here, right? Gohan's leading Superheroes and Hybrid Saiyans and Bond of Parent Child and Movie Heroes for a 200% lead. It's a pretty good leader skill, the best Hybrids leader skill, to be completely honest, even if it doesn't cover a few of the big ones like the LR, Gohan, and Trunks are only on the 170 lead for him, but still a pretty good category nonetheless. Superhero Movie Heroes is a very powerful team. Even his Hybrid Saiyans combined with Bond of Parent Child covers a lot of the major Hybrid Saiyan players you would run around now. He is greatly raising attack and defense on his 18 key, same as the Piccolo, and on his 12 key, he's greatly raising attack and only raising defense, so opposite of Piccolo's 12 key. For him, he kind of goes the opposite route of Piccolo. Whereas Piccolo is extremely tanky, Gohan hits like a truck, especially early on if you can get him built up quick. And even then, on his active skill turn, he is arguably one of the highest damage output characters on that turn, provided you proc all of his additionals, right? But he is basically getting that guard and 100% attack and defense on his 3 turns from his entrance animation. He's also getting an additional attack and defense 30% with each super attack performed, up to 150%. So 5 attacks is what it takes to get him fully built up. He has like the Piccolo, he has the advantage of getting 1 extra keysphere per keysphere obtained, and then he has the chance to launch additionals when you have 20 or more key, and as long as you get the 24 key, or it is the active skills turn, he does have effective against all types. He also has a high chance of nullifying Ki Blast supers, which is quite a few, right? It makes it, he's really effective against Broly because of that Ki Blast Super Nullification. So he is very, very good. They're both very, very powerful. Piccolo has a giant form for his active skill, whereas Gohan has the infamous Beast Gohan transformation, right? So they are very good, and I would say they are your #1 picks from the banner for your red coins. Now, if you've only got 500 red coins and you need to make a choice, as much as I love using the Gohan, and probably got a showcase coming out for him here real soon, I'm going to have to go with Piccolo. If you've only got 500 coins to spend, I would say save your coins for Piccolo here. He is the better choice of the two, just because he'll do more for the team with the tanking than Gohan would with his high damage output. Other than that, there isn't really anybody I would recommend possibly off the banner, unless you've got every other TUR and every other LR, and then like you're missing one of these. I wouldn't recommend going. Now, you may be wanting to consider the following though before picking up Piccolo, and that is that he is possible to return in a month or so, or 3 months or so on Global, during the worldwide celebration in September. Now, should that happen, you may want to consider the following characters, right? If you're someone who only has the 500 red coins, you may want to consider this, and that is in just a few months in July, we will be getting these banners here, which will not only return any of these guys who, if you're missing, like, say, the Gammas or the 7 years, I would definitely recommend picking them up with coins if you were missing any of them, right? The LR God, still very good, and the Gamma 1 or the SCR Cooler. So there is some consideration for who you should pick up with your coins. But also you should consider that I think at a minimum, all players should be working towards building up at least 1,000 coins in reserve. Now I know I think that does sound like a lot, but consider that, you know, if you're summoning periodically throughout the year on banners, especially big banners like this, like if you blow all of your stones right now and you're at 1,000 or greater stones, you'll have more than enough. And the reason I say 1,000 coins is because if for some awful reason you would not have pulled either Anniversary LR by December timeframe, they will have returned, and you'll have 1,000 coins ready to pick up 1 copy of each. I made this recommendation last year for people who missed out on the LR 7 years, and I'll make the same recommendation again. Always have those coins in reserve to pick up the Anniversary units when they come. Even if you do end up pulling them, you know, then that's just more coins to pocket. But I would plan on moving into the Anniversary with some coins in reserve on the off chance you don't pull them. So something to keep in mind if you're somebody who only has that bare minimum 500. Now, that is to say, like, if you choose to go ahead and spend them anyways, I don't think it's still a bad investment if you did choose to go ahead and pull them in. So I just want to throw that out there, that even if you did decide to do that, not listen to the saving the extra for December, it's still a good pickup, and you wouldn't be wrong in doing so. So, anyways, guys, that is the video. That is my recommendation for who I think you should pick up with your red coins. You definitely should go after the Piccolo if you have to prioritize one of the 2 units. If you've got the extra coins and can pick up both, then pick up both. But if you're somebody who's not so sure about what your spending is going to look like on future banners, then you may want to consider saving on the off chance you don't pull the Anniversary LR. So that is just my recommendation, and if you liked that recommendation, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let me know who did you end up picking up with your red coins. I am considering picking up a dupe of Piccolo. I did pull a 69% copy. I'm considering opening up that second path, but I'm curious to see where you guys are at. Who are you buying with your red coins? Let me know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.